Alright, party powder. We are so back. Oh man, I don't know how many more cycles of we are so back, it's so over I can go through for this game. But we're at least kind of back for right now. We finally got a new heist after 5 months, 5 or 6 months since First World Bank. Woo! Awesome, new heist. We got one of the good spawns. That's actually one thing I do really like about this heist. Other heists in this game, you might spawn in a different spot, but the actual, like, for stealth at least, the loot secure point doesn't change with you. Like, Dirty Ice is an example of that. The loot secure point is always at the back. There's no additional loot secure point favor. But in this heist, your spawn location also changes the bag secure point, which I think that this one and the one over in this corner, not right there, but on the other side of this building, are the best ones, just because you're closer to these, two main warehouses, which is where the vast majority of the loot is going to be. Well, everything but 4 bags, because the last 4 are going to be at the back middle warehouse with the meth lab. You also get a spawn in that back corner and that back corner over there. None of the spawns are bad. It just kind of, you know, makes you have to think about, like, where you're going to move the loot to, or, like, what route you're going to take, which I definitely think is nice and definitely adds to replayability. Something that this heist has that, like, no other heists in this game does have. So I do appreciate that about this one. But alright, we need a QR code for that. And this gate is locked. So it's either going to be this gate or on the other side of this warehouse right here. The gate will either be open or closed. So this one's closed, so that one will be open. But because of that, don't open the lock. You can lockpick it open, at least if you're stealthing. And loud, it doesn't really matter. But in stealth, don't unlock that lock, because when you do, the cops will run over to investigate it, and then they sound the alarm immediately. Because this heist does not have the searching mode, doesn't have the search mode. Like, the guards will still have the, you know, little investigate, like if they hear you sprinting or whatever. But they won't go into, they won't, like, call something in on the radio and then go into search mode. That's what I mean. This heist doesn't have that. It just sounds the alarm immediately, which really sucks. But, you know, kind of be like that sometimes.
Guard over there.
Okay, so we got the QR code phone right here. If it wasn't on this, it would be over there on the barrels next to those outhouses. But since they spawned right there, it means I can actually take this stuff and steal their donut. Oh, we actually got 2 of them. Usually I never see 2 of them over here. That's actually the first time I've seen that. Which is nice, because that means we got 2 QR codes right off the bat. So, another thing is the camera room. Obviously, you need the blue keycard, and it can spawn in any one of these 4 white post office shipping containers. There's 2 of them right next to each other over here. There's one of them next to that warehouse, not this one, but that one right there. And then there's one on the front side of the other loot warehouse. Not this one right here, the 2-story one, but the other one over there. And then, like I said, out of the 4, one of them will spawn the camera room. And inside the camera room, you can get a QR code out of there. So if you want that, you could do that. But there's only like 6 cameras on this heist. I think there's a little more than that, but there's not that many. Is that a red key card? That's a blue key card. I'm blind, apparently. But yeah, there's also a box of donuts, which you can actually use to distract the cops over there. On the other side of that second box truck right there. Not this close one right there, but that far one right there. There's a table you could set it up on. Then it will get those cops over there away from it, which, okay, whew, that was good. It scared me for a second. So, there's 4 of these red containers, and only 2 of them will have loot in them. And the way you know that they're the right ones is because they'll have the QR reader on it. So you just use the QR code so that way you can get into them in order to bag the extra loot. So luckily it's that one and this close one. But I'll need 1 more QR code to get in that one, so I'll just do this guy because he's pretty close by. That far container over there is the worst one. That one's the most difficult container to get into. Just because, especially since the gate is closed in this run, it's a little bit difficult. Because you got to get past the gate, and then you got to get past
Spotted a guard.
the guards that are stationary, plus the guard that roams around. And the spot that they're in right now is actually the troll spot. Because you have to somehow slip past them, use the barrels by that forklift to somehow very, very carefully sneak in there, slip by in order to, you know, get the QR reader to read.
Guard, over there.
You know what I mean? I still need to get this guy's QR code. And I guess I could just do this.
What was that?
Make my life a little bit easier.
Guard.
And QR code hacks are still so long in this game.
Spotted a guard. Better check that out.
Sometimes if you hack their radio when they haven't turned off the thing, they're a little bit wonky. Alright. Mark the guard, thank you. Alright. So now we can enter through this warehouse. The door will either be right here or the one at that end.
Watch the guard.
Unfortunately, that guy...
Find and bag the marching powder. If you see anything else,
Why are you just standing in the corner like that?
Shayu will see it.
Are you in timeout or something?
There's the guard.
Alright, looks like red QR... Or not red QR code. Red key card to get into the meth warehouse. If it wasn't that door, it would be that door up there. I think this warehouse is easier than the other loot warehouse. They both only have 2 guards, but this one has 1 downstairs and 1 upstairs, which are both pretty easy to avoid. Actually, real quick, I'm just going to check this for the... Okay, apparently I can't mark the guard through there. Apparently I still can't mark the guard. Alright. 4, 5, 6, 0. Just so I know the correct numbers that I'll need, so I don't have to bother typing all of the things.
Spotted a guard.
But yeah, there's always at least 1 QR code inside the warehouse, so that we'll have it for getting inside of the other one, since I did check that outside door and it was a key card. Or, not key card, QR code. You can pull the switch, there's one on both sides, so that way you can open up the garage doors. But if you pull the switch, it will open all of them, so just be aware of that. There is a keycard spawn on this barrel. You can also check all of the lockers in here. There's 2 sets of these 4 locker things. And it looks like that might be a keycard right there. It is. Very nice.
Bingo. Watch the guard. Guard, over there.
That's as far forward as that guy will go. He won't go past that spot right there. And then on this side of the scaffolding, he won't go past that corner. So that gives you some good bag safe spots behind those 2 pieces of sheet metal. You could also do that one, but I only do these ones. Mainly that one right there.
Guard. Spotted a guard.
Real quick, though, I'm also going to unlock this before I drop the bags and lose my rush. But yeah, right here, bag safe spot, and that's the other spot I was telling you that you won't go past that corner right there. Unless you sprint over here within like 7-8 meters to alert them, they won't hear that. You can also cut this to open this, which is obviously what we will do, which is why I say that these are the best loot secure points, because, you know, these 2 warehouses have the vast majority, well, all but 4 bags of the loot. Well, I guess all but 6, because the 2 containers in the outside middle area, but whatever. You just move all the bags, hide them there. Then once you have everything from this warehouse, or if you have a teammate, you just then move them from there. Either jump off and then run them to the van, or you can go to like right here and like toss them up roughly right there-ish, so I guess like corner of that window. So that way the bags will land on the back of that semi. Like right between there. So that way this guard doesn't see the bag sitting down there. And then the guard that roams around over here, which isn't over here on this occasion because we got the guard to spawn back there, he won't spot them either. But because we don't have the guards over there, we could just drop them right in front of this police car so that way this guy doesn't see him. But, yeah, pretty cool. And then it also works too for this one, or that one. because we'll just bring the bags, jump across here, go along there. I mean, you'll see later when I actually get to the actual bag moving. But, yeah. Now it's time to open crates and
Spotted a guard.
get the rest of the coke. You know what I mean? I also need to somewhat keep an eye out on meth ingredients because I don't want to
I'll take that.
somehow miss them and spend 20 minutes running around looking for them again. That's what I did on my first actual heist clear for this heist. I ran around for 20 minutes after I basically did the entire heist, and I missed one bag, and I was like, alright, I gotta find it. Broke stealth, ran around forever trying to find the last hydrogen chloride, and then I found it in a really obvious spot, and I felt like more of an idiot than normal. But yeah, so we got one thing of caustic soda, one thing of muriatic. Also got a thing of coke here, which could really spawn on any of these. It could spawn over there, it could spawn anywhere over here.
I'll take that.
Don't really need any of the loose stuff, but it does refill your overkill meter. Which, you know, used to not be useful in stealth, but ever since they added the interceptor, which is basically Payday 3's version of the Payday 2 ECM jammer, it's actually kind of worth picking up loose cash. Okay. So far, so half decent. I already checked that one. I already have a red key card, so don't need to bother with that. I'm gonna check this container real quick. And I already checked that as well. Alright, we'll leave that there, and then I need to get up there to check the thing. The computer. Not in here. So it'll be in here. We'll start the hack. One of these lockers that are in here will have a bag of money in it. So if you're missing a bag... Oh, look at that. Already the first locker I opened. If it wasn't one of these two, it would be in one of these two over here. Or three. There's three. There's also another one of these things, so you can open up this window as well, which is useful for if you get that bag secure point or van spawn or whatever. So it'll be useful for that.
I'll take that. Hacking complete.
Alright. Asshat. Alright, so the code is going to be 6450. That'll be the correct code. Okay. We don't really need to check those because we already got the stuff. And then we'll take that. We did get the meth whiteboard to spawn in here. If it wasn't in here, it would be over in the red keycard room in the other warehouse. I don't really like this purple pinkish text. It's kind of hard to read sometimes, like if you're right here. A little difficult to read it, but careful when you're typing stuff in the chat because you can't scroll back in the chat. So when you pick up stuff, which we have a full set of meth ingredients in here, which is good to know. You can't scroll back in the chat with the scroll wheel, or if you try grabbing it, because like if you just happen to have your crosshairs right here, you try clicking it to drag it, you'll just shoot the window and the guard will move to investigate and then he'll sound the alarm just because you do that. Speaking from experience.
Spotted a guard.
But yeah.
Watch the guard.
Dump this bag over there. Oh, look at that. We got both doors. So that door is barred. Okay. Unfortunate that that door is barred, but I'm not going to go that way anyway. Okay, so that means we got 2 caustic sodas, 2 muriatic acids, and 1 hydrogen chloride in here right now.
Guard over there.
Just about 2 batches, depending on if there's another thing of hydrogen chloride in here somewhere. Okay, so I left this right here just because there is an odd number of things in here just so I can bag up an extra thing. What was it? 6540? 6450. 6450. Then you can't close that behind you. So just keep that in mind. Alright, so we got muriatic and another thing of caustic soda in here.
I'll take that. Thank you.
Oh great, I'm gonna have to wait for him to leave. That's fine. So full setup there. And then another one muriatic there and caustic soda back there, plus another one here. So that's 3 sets of muriatic and caustic soda, 1 thing of hydrogen chloride. So the other ones are going to be between the actual meth cooking warehouse and the other warehouse, which we'll get to in a bit. I need my comically large spoon melee weapon.
Watch the guard.
Please. I need it. I need it. That is not money. Alright. Sometimes when you're sprinting over here, the guards will hear you through there. The guards in the outside area, that is. But it's fine. I don't really care that much, you know what I mean?
Spotted a guard. There's a guard.
Alright.
Bingo.
Alright, so these are the last bags for this warehouse.
Guard.
Now, something else you can do, because we got the door up here, this room is entirely safe, except for, like, this corner, if you just decide to put something right here, because then the guard goes to that corner. As long as you don't sprint here, they won't hear it or anything like that, but then you can bring the bags out here, in case you don't want to wait for the guard to move out of your way when he's right there. You could just sneak in through that door. Then, like I said, you could hide bags here, but I don't hide bags there because I just hide them over here instead.
There's a guard.
That way you don't have to wait for that guy. Alright. Now we're going to do a little bit of bag moving, which will be pretty easy, just because it's those two guys to avoid. It's a little more, not difficult, just a little more, not really tedious, just... What's the word I'm looking for? Not tedious, not annoying, just makes it take a little bit longer because the guy will, when he like goes right there, like he walks over there, or like when he's standing here, he can like spot you better than those guys can. And that could be annoying because like there's no cover up there, so you can't hide behind anything because there's nothing to hide behind. The other thing is we can,
Guard.
since we don't have that guy, we could actually put bags on the roof of this trailer. But I'm not going to bother with that. You could do that, but, you know.
That's 3 bags.
Everybody's favorite part about Payday. Bag moving. I wish that there was more bags in this heist. I wish there was 30 bags. $60 bag heist when? 69 bag heist when?
What did he do? He stopped. I cuffed him, took him to the station.
69 warheads or Almir's toast. And it's allowed only. There's no cover anywhere. That would be miserable.
5 bags and counting.
I don't know. Coach has been making some bad
Yep.
calls.
I meant to do that. Just to show you that it is not a big deal if you fall. Then you can just do that. Plus, you really don't take all that much fall damage. Plus, if you find a first aid kit, like I did, when you take enough fall damage, you could just heal yourself a little bit. I still find it funny that there's no, like, animation for using the plate repair kit or the first aid kit. I still think that's kind of funny.
That's 7 bags.
Yeah, most of the time we'll spend on this heist will be moving these bags and cooking the meth.
Nice bonus.
Moving the bags is going to take longer than cooking the meth. I'm just going to go ahead and cook the pure meth, because why not? I don't really have a reason not to. You know, we're here. This is like one of the only heists that you can cook meth and cook meth in stealth. Cook meth in stealth. Was that really what I was going to say? You idiot. Cook meth in stealth. Or I guess it's coke. Well, that's meth that we're cooking. You know what I mean. Well, it's not the first one. Not the first heist that allows us to cook meth and stealth. The bomb dockyard lets us cook meth and stealth. Only like 3 bags worth, but, you know. Okay. So like I was saying, this warehouse is a bit harder, but not much harder. It's really not all that bad. Is there is a camera. Alright. So we'll leave a thing there. And then just like the other side, there is a... This is where the whiteboard spawn will be. You can kind of see its shadow. It's still there on the ground. Which is kind of funny. Ooh. There's some funky footwork there, my guy. This is the guard that will peek in through the window, so we're kind of screwed right now. The whiteboard is nice because it gives you a little bit more cover from the window. What would also be nice is if Sixth Sense was in this game, because then I could be marking this guy right now. Maybe with the Skills 2.0 skill rework that's coming out in the next update in 8 months, maybe we'll have Sixth Sense in the Ghost or Stealth skill tree. That would be super cool. I already grabbed all the loose cash. Wait, no I didn't. There we go. So just like the other side, there is another money bag in one of these lockers. But if it doesn't spawn in one of these 3 lockers, it'll spawn on this table. I think normally like right there. But yeah. Okay. So we got another thing of caustic and another hydrogen chloride in here. And you can hide bags right here. Just close this door if you're going to hide bags here.
Guard over there.
Just because it won't go very well, because the guard will obviously spot them. And then same thing with out here. There is a guard that sometimes will patrol this side. We don't have him on this occasion, so we could just dump these bags right here, but I'm just going to run them to the van because the van's right here.
10 bags and counting.
For some reason, I thought there was another bag, but
Spotted a guard.
great. Now I gotta wait.
Guard.
Finally. All right.
There's a guard.
So this door is not barred. This door able to be opened makes getting the loot out of that container right there that I was talking about earlier way easier, especially because those guards are right there. Also, this switch opens all of the garage doors for this warehouse, just like the switch in the other warehouse does. Just gotta keep an eye out for the guards.
Spotted a guard.
So just like the other warehouse, there's 2 sets of lockers where you could get a key card out of it. And right at the corner of this table is another red key card spawn in case it's not in any of the lockers or on the guard in here. Okay, some coke in here.
There's a guard.
Aw, come on, man.
Guard over there.
Just let me open this crate, damn it. Alright, and a year now, man.
There's a guard. Guard.
Other ones coming. Oh, okay, finally. Thank you. There's probably not even anything in this crate. It's probably empty. Nope. It wasn't empty. Nice. Alright. So behind this right here is another bag and body safe spot.
Spotted a guard. Watch the guard.
Nice, another one. Classic Unreal Engine game stutter.
There's a guard.
Okay, this door is barred. which is unfortunate, but we can go out that window, but there's no way to climb back in, unlike the other warehouse. That one's empty.
Guard. Watch the guard.
I just want to make sure I'm somewhat keeping them marked fairly often. There's 2 more bags right where they're at, so I'm gonna wait. Or 2 more crates, rather. Also, the fabled hydrogen chloride spawn. The one that got me. The one that got me searching for 20 minutes. Because I couldn't find it anywhere. Nope, another little stutter. That was pretty cool. Wow, 2 of the classic Unreal Engine games stutter in such a short time frame? What the heck?
There's the guard.
Alright. We're gonna go ahead and open up these. Just to slightly speed up my loot moving process. So I can just take them straight out this garage door back here instead of having to go all the way around and waiting for them to get out of my way. Perfect. Along with that, easy money. Maybe I should ECM that camera. Hello. I mean, we still gotta wait a little bit every now and again. But, that's unfortunate. Ah! Maybe I shouldn't do that so it doesn't push the thing back in the chat too far. Alright. Alright, and now it's just a matter of getting the math.
Spotted a guard.
Alright, so let me think here for a second. So we have 1, 2 things of hydrogen chloride in here, a 3rd one in there, so the 4th one's got to be in there. And then, yeah, I didn't see anything else anywhere other than that room, and I think it was just a thing of caustic soda in there. There was a 2nd and 3rd one in there, which is 3, so the 4th one's got to be in there. Then there was, like, 3 things of caustic soda in there. Or muriatic acid, so the 4th one's got to be in there. Okay. So I more or less know
Guard over there.
where all of the things are. This is such a bad spot. Especially because Cerberus Core, I can't loop the cameras. I think we'll ECM that one now.
Guard.
Alright. It is not that door, so it'll be the one over here. I don't remember if I even checked that earlier. Alright, let's look around for a second, see where... Oh yeah, don't open that as well.
I found it.
I know these chemicals. Look around for a drug lab.
Got it.
Caustic soda, caustic soda, caustic soda. I'm 69% sure. Okay, so I must have missed one somewhere. Alright, what do we start with? Muriatic. Alright. Alright, let me go and find some caustic soda.
Next. Give that a bit to stew and
Maybe I shouldn't have done that.
next one.
Alright.
There's the guard.
Could kill that guy, just so we don't have to worry about him. But, you know.
Guard.
There's one of each in here. There's one just sitting over here. Two sitting over there.
Guard, over there.
The full set up there. That's muriatic. This is the caustic soda.
I found it.
There we go.
Drug lab
So I might be missing
101. Mess up the order of the ingredients, the
something.
reaction is gonna be
I might be missing one.
violent.
Or I don't know where the location is. Let me double check that there was only the 3 in here. Yeah, full set right there. Nothing else over there. Okay, okay. I think I'm missing a caustic soda somewhere.
Over there.
Or I miscounted them or something. I don't know. Something like that. What's next? Hydrogen chloride. You see what I mean about the frickin' chat? It moves up. You get this little bar, which makes you think that you could scroll it, but then scroll wheel doesn't do anything. Then when you click it, it just shoots, and it doesn't actually let you click it to scroll back in the chat. So maybe I should actually write that down real quick. There we go. All right, written down, just in case when I add more things, it doesn't, you know, screw me over. All right, and then caustic soda. And then now we cook. And we can get the pure meth, because why not? The only thing pure meth gives you is just some extra money. Your XP is not affected by the type of meth you bring out. Same thing with cook-off, which really annoys me. Like, you would think that burned meth would not give you as much XP as getting the pure meth or even just this regular meth. Like just kind of weird, you know what I mean? I'm mething it. I'm mething it. Oh, I'm... Alright. Would be nice. It would make me actually like playing cook-off, because I think cook-off is the biggest waste of time in this game. Just because it doesn't give you any enough XP, I don't think, for it to really be worth it. Come on, man, hurry up.
Guard.
Finally. Figured he might hear me, but that's fine. Alright.
Guard, over there. There's the guard.
It was this one I didn't grab. There's another thing of muriatic and caustic in there. There's another thing of hydrogen chloride over there. You know what? I'll grab the 2 out of here.
What was that noise? Got it! There it is.
Alright. Since we're going over there anyway, might as well bring this with me. So that way I can go ahead and just bag it, or secure it rather. Yeah, that's one thing that really bothers me about this game, is just the inconsistency of the XP and even the money payout. Like, I don't, like, you know, obviously you get to a point in this game where money literally straight up does not matter at all whatsoever. But the XP is really what matters. But right now, XP doesn't really matter anyway, because there's not like a long-term grind. You know, there's not really like an infamy system or anything of that sort. Okay. Caustic, hydrogen chloride, and then there was the other one thing that I didn't grab. And then there's the individual hydrogen chloride in the fabled spot. Okay. So that should be all of them, actually, because there's a full set that I left intentionally upstairs over in the other one. Alright. I should be out of here within, like, the next 10 minutes, depending on if this guard will ever frickin' move out of my way. Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Guard.
Don't know where the other guy's at right now. Where is the other guy? There he
Watch
is.
the guard. I found it.
Alright.
Guard. Guard over there.
One bad thing about opening the things, which is what I was saying earlier, can kind of mess you up sometimes, you know? Because of that right there. But there's plenty of QR codes in this heist as well,
Spotted a guard.
so, you know.
Guard.
Alright, back to it. I believe we start with near the attic. And now, we cook. Stealth cooking. I really wish that this MP5 had a MP5 SD barrel, so we could actually convert it to an MP5 SD instead of just having a random suppressor on it. I love the MP5 SD so much. It's so cool. Do I have time? I'm mething it. I'm mething it. That's so stupid. Oh, you want to see something cool as well? It's super cool. So if you go up here, right? And you very carefully slowly fall off. Watch the top of the screen where it says secure area. It, for a second, it flashed. Oh, right here. Public area. We're in a public area right now. This is a public area. This is a secure area. But this is a public area. This is also a secure area. But that spot right there is a secure area. Yeah, I guess I gotta go over to that one again. Anyway.
There's the guard.
I wish you could just mantle up that. You should totally be able to.
Spotted a guard.
Of course he's there. Oh, I guess I could use my first aid kit. I guess I got a little bit of adrenaline now. I'm all adrenalined up, as they say.
Watch the guard.
Come on, man. Make up your mind where you're gonna go. This, and then we climb out of here, grab the other things in the other one, head back over there to cook, and then we come back over here to grab the last one, the last set of meth ingredients out of the keycard room, where the computer hack was at. And then we'll be good to go. I'm predicting 43 minutes is when we'll be out of here. Or, of course. Really? Really? You didn't hear that? That guy did? The guy that's 22 meters away. Really? Really, dude? You aren't gonna hear that, but that guy is? Alright, whatever. Whatever, my friend. I'm not gonna question it, I guess.
Guard. Guard over there.
You better not walk and stand right here. Okay, good. That's what I thought, bozo. Boys in blue.
Spotted a guard.
Really? Maybe I shouldn't have wasted both of them on that guy. Never mind. Alright. We're almost out of here, my friends.
Guard over there.
I'm always double checking just in case before I put it in. Aw. This thing's hipfire accuracy is kind of crazy, though. I don't even have any of the, like, the skills that increase hipfire accuracy or anything like that. Things to do while waiting for the meth to cook in stealth. Intentionally take fall damage. Caustic soda. I'm 69% sure. Now, wait, don't put that in yet. That should have been caustic soda. That's what you just said. You just said caustic soda. Public area. Shooting the meth instantly made it pure. Actually, I'll just leave that there. I'll grab it at the end. The boy in blue is right here. That's kind of crazy. Now, one thing that makes this spawn over here, I know it's kind of weird to have it now, but the best part about this spawn is this gingerbread house, because it's got a little dick drawn on it for some reason. Look at that. Look at the right side of the screen, right? Not the center. Just so you can get a little zoomed in view of it.
There's the guard.
Very cool. Let's go the big brain way.
I found it.
Boom. We're almost out of here.
Spotted a guard.
Man, I miss crouch jumping. Payday 2 stealth tech, my beloved. Alright. Periodic. Kind of miss being able to just, like, tap it when you toss a bag in the air, like in Payday 2. And then you can just instantly grab it. Can I toss this through there? Oh, I can. Hell yeah, that's super cool. Alright, now how far away? Can I do it from back here? Oh, I overshot that. I overshot that a little bit. You know, I haven't tried intentionally blowing up the lab on this heist, so I have no idea what will happen if you blow up the lab. That make it... Oh, a little too high still. Damn, still a little too high. Damn. A little too low that time. Damn it, I messed it up again. I'm surprised the smiley face didn't disappear by now. Oh, that was a little bad. That was a bad throw. Damn, so close. Oh, the one on the ground is still there too. I'm surprised those didn't disappear by now. The bullet holes are still in it from when I shot the other one. That's funny. Finally. We are done.
There's a guard.
I do like this heist for its, like, traversal options. Pretty cool.
Guard.
Just because, like, there's so many different, like, routes you can take. Super nice. Alright. Well, there you go. That is... almost called this Murky Station. This is not Murky Station. Not even close. Party Powder. Overkill. Current highest difficulty. All loot. Solo stealth. No kills. Pacifist. No pagers. No kills. Solo stealth. So thank you very much for watching. I appreciate it. If you enjoyed, I'd appreciate you dropping a like on it. If you happen to be new to my channel, I would also appreciate you subscribing. But yeah, there you go. 2,180 XP. Not bad, not bad. Only 1.4 million. Not the best, but not the worst. Cook off permanent escape fan. Wow. So, for a heist that I don't even play, for a heist I was complaining about. And yay, my judge is now level 10. Yeah! Nice! And I got the quick draw grip thing for it. Cool. Anyway, like I said, thank you very much for watching. I mean, I already said all my stuff. So, I don't know why I'm still recording. You know what I mean. Thank you very much for watching. I appreciate it. When's the next Payday video? Payday 2 or 3? Yes, great question. I will catch you all later. DeltaWolf out.